multimedia professional in Atlanta, Georgia, and also the very proud friend of Jordan Fisher, also known as Jordan Live, who is joined with me today. Jordan, how are you?
I'm good, Hunter. How are you?
I'm good. Excited to be speaking with you today.
Yes, I'm excited too. You just don't know. I've been running around all over the place, getting this podcast together, man. We don't sleep, right? We're always on the go. So I'm super excited.
Definitely. I'm excited for you as well. All right. So for those of you who don't know, what is Officially Live and why do we need to tune into it every week?
Okay. So Officially Live, and I'm glad that you asked me that question because people get it mixed up all the time. And that's why with the new branding, the rebranding of everything, I tried to do it in a way where people can distinguish every part of the brand. Officially Live is our media and news outlet. That's the Officially Live side. In college, we had the Officially Live radio show, which was an extension of the brand, the media news brand. Jordan Live is his own brand. Jordan Live is Jordan Live.
Should be.
And the Live Report is an original podcast through Officially Live. So look at it as Officially Live is the ABC, and then we have the the subsidiaries within it, different original programs that we're going to be creating. We have the news and our, media stuff that we do on our Instagram pages that we just got started back up. It's a lot of different things, but Officially Live is the brand. Jordan Live is the person. The Live Report is the podcast that's coming up on the 11th. So yeah, there's the distinction.
Awesome. So it's been a few years since Officially Live was last on air. What can people expect this time around with the Live Report?
It's me. It's me. The Officially Live radio show in college, I got so much love from the AUC and outside of the AUC with my crew, Mari and Shakayla and Jazz. We had such a great time in college going to Essence Fest and, covering stuff all across the city. And I think probably my favorite interview to date would have to be with Deborah Cox, because I grew up listening to Deborah Cox. Right. Her voice is amazing. And just getting to go to the Fox Theater when she was doing, I believe, the Bodyguard musical, getting to interview her at the Fox Theater, it was just so surreal for me. So that was one of my, favorite moments. I would say probably the littest interview that we ever had in the studio had to be from Kiki Wyatt. Like, she's a big personality. She fills up a space without even trying. But we had a lot of great moments. I had a lot of great moments with my team. They have become best friends of mine still to this day. But as far as what the Live Report will be bringing, it'll just be bringing my opinion. It'll be bringing my opinion, my life experiences, telling more about myself, and just giving my take on what's going on in the world, Hunter. Just letting the people know how I feel about something, if I like something, if I don't, getting other people's opinions. I think the great thing about the Live Report and what I'm trying to do is being intentional about media, because I think it's so easy to get caught up in all the gossip and, all the cheap media, as I say. It's like, yeah, I can make salacious content if I'd like. Yes, I can, gossip and share the tea and stuff if I like. But it's like, does that have longevity? What do you really get from that? Yeah, you'll be entertained for a moment, but ultimately I want people who tune into me and just tune into the show to get something from it. Yeah, I want you to laugh. I want you to laugh your ass off. I want you to, hear different people's stories and get takes and, pull something from it. I just don't want it to be cheap content. I want you to actually leave with something, leaving fulfilled in some way, whether we give you a laugh or we, make you cry a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with a happy cry. But, ultimately, I want you to take something away from it.
Awesome. So the last time you were on air, it was broadcasted solely with Clark Atlanta University's WLCK, correct?
It was with WST Radio, the student station.
Oh,
The
okay.
student station, yeah.
Okay, so now transitioning a few years later and now having the live report being able to be streamed on major platforms, how has that process been in that journey and preparing for that reach alone?
A long process. It's been a long process because the podcast was supposed to come out in 2020, and we all know how that went with just
Right.
2020. So a lot of people pushed back their projects. A lot of things went, a lot of productions, stopped at a halt. And, at one point during the quarantine, I was like, maybe the people need it now. Maybe let's do it now. But then I wasn't in the space for it. And I didn't feel like it was the right moment for me to do it. And I'm all for about, perfect timing and intention and stuff like that. And I didn't want to rush it. Anything that I do, I never want to rush it. I want it to be right. So yeah, it's been a trying period. All my friends know, that, it has been something that I've been talking about forever. I'm sure that everybody's so glad this moment is here. And, but it has, I quote Langston Hughes all the time, one of my favorite poets of all time. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It just hasn't. And, but we pivot. We continue to do what we have to do to accomplish our dreams, to push the needle forward, to, get shit done. And that's what I've been doing. It has not been easy. I've been overcoming obstacles each and every day. But, I'm not going to let my dreams just go to the wayside because of an obstacle. We're going to push through it and we're going to get through it so we can reach the people, because the people want to, they want to hear. Yeah. So we're getting through it.
They definitely do. I love that. I love that. So you touched a little bit on COVID-19, the pandemic, and how that had an effect on when you officially launched the show. Mm-hmm. So tell me, what are your personal thoughts on the pandemic, on the whole thing, everything that's going on in the world right now, as in regards to COVID-19 vaccines? What has your experience been with all of that?
Oh, I think overall, it's just COVID. We could have never imagined we would be here. I think in the beginning, we all thought, okay, it's going to be a shutdown, maybe about a week or so. Okay, we can take that break, a little vacation. I'm not mad at it. Then a week, and then another week went on, and then, a month. And then it was like, okay, we might be out of this by August. And then August turned into some more months, and then so on. And so it was a snowball effect. And I'm just like, all right, now, all right, enough is enough. And so I think the big thing now is getting everybody vaccinated. Now that there is a vaccine out there. But Black people are still apprehensive. A lot of people are apprehensive about getting the vaccine. I know I was, but then again, I decided to go ahead and do it. And I feel like anybody and everybody, you do what's best for your own body. You do what's best for you. But just the history of Black people and our history with the medical field, it has not been the best. So I can see why people have some apprehension about not getting the vaccine. But it's their choice. It's just ultimately their choice. And yeah, I just think can you hear me?
Well, now I can. We had lost you a little bit there, but you came back.
Yeah, I just think ultimately, Black people and just people of color in general have had a, topsy-turvy relationship when it comes to the medical field. So I think that's where a lot of the apprehension, lies as regards to trying to, whether they should or not go out and get the vaccine. I feel like anybody, do what's best for your body. Do what's best for you. If you don't want to get it, then that's on you. Now, as far as occupying, space at the hospital, if you happen to get COVID and you need some assistance, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if you got that right. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, or whatever, because you decided not to take those precautionary measures. Either way, I just want us to get back to a place where it was, some normalcy. ultimately, whether somebody decides to get it or not. I just want Americans to be great. I want all people to be great. I want our country to get back to, you know, the norm of whatever that's going to look like after this. But it's a sticky situation. It's really a sticky situation. I'm just tired of the mask. It's so hard to try to coordinate a mask with your outfit every day.
Oh yeah.
Try to keep up with a mask. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah.
It is a lot. Well, hopefully soon we'll be able to, you know, move past this. At least I hope the, you know, worst part of the pandemic is over. So
yeah,
you know, we'll continue to grow. But moving on, let's talk about some of these new Black billionaires that we have come across over, you know, this past year. So, you know, of course we have, you know, Kanye West, Jay-Z, new ones, Rihanna. Is there someone I'm missing? I feel like there's like
Black billionaire. We got Rihanna. We got her in there. We got Rhea in there. We got Ye. We got Jay. I don't know, but I'm coming.
Okay, that's the point.
I'm coming.
That's the point.
We
so
coming.
How do you feel about all of this we see now, you know, in the past, Black people with financial literacy and, you know, racial disparities has played a huge part in that as well. So when you see, you know, people of color now really taking finances seriously, and we have these, you know, up and coming billionaires, Black billionaires, and ones who are already of the sort. How do you feel about that? Like what emotions run through your body, knowing that we are out here taking these precautions to set us up better than, you know, our predecessors?
It's exciting. It's inspiring. You can't help but to be inspired when you see success stories like Rihanna, Jay-Z, or, you know, Kanye, because a lot of them are self-made. They started from nothing, built an empire of their own. So it's like if somebody from if a young lady from Barbados can do it, if, you know, a man from Chicago can do it, I know I can do it. You know, brother from New York can do it, then it's possible. It's possible. And especially when they look like you. When they look like you, it's like, oh my God, okay, there is hope.
Yes, you know, that part right there.
Yes, there is hope. I said, because we've seen the countless Forbes list of all these white people, you know, making $1 billion, Mark Zuckerberg, and, you know, what's the guy from Amazon, Jeff Bezos. We've seen them making all this money. Okay, that's nice. But you don't look like me. So when somebody that does look like me are achieving those heights and, you know, going forward and making those successes and winning these awards and just being great all around, you can't help feel great about it. And I'm inspired about it because I always have that mentality of, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats. And that's how I feel about, you know, just the community. That's why I hate when people try to pit one person against the other, because when one person succeeds, especially within the community, we all succeed. It's a leg up for all of us. So I think, you know, it's inspiring to see each and every, you know, young billionaire out there getting it. It inspires me to, you know, keep going so I can get my $1 billion check too, because it's coming. And, you know, just, you know, yeah, this is a great feeling to see, you know, our people doing good.
Awesome. I completely agree with you. I completely agree. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Oh my goodness, that was so awesome.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I want everybody to tune in November the 11th because 11/11. Okay, because it's going to be fun. And, you know, I think that this is going to be a different take on media. I've been, you know, just coming up with this idea for the show and how we were going to tackle certain issues and what I wanted to talk about for quite some time. And, you know, I'm just excited to get back out there. I felt like at a certain point after college, I kind of lost my voice and I didn't know what to say, especially when a lot of different things was coming. I was like, oh, I want to talk about this, but then, okay, how do I do it? Or, you know, I don't have the radio show anymore, but I want to say something. I want to give my take. And this is my take.
Yes.
This is my take, and it's going to be great. And you're going to be on the show too, Hunter, one day, whenever you want to come.
Listen, I am there. Okay. I am there.
All right. She said it, y'all. Y'all heard her say it. Y'all heard her say it, so we're gonna hold her to it. All right, thanks, Hunter. I'm on my Zen and my blue. I'm trying to keep up with the blue theme. I'm trying to keep this going at least for a week.
So in every single episode, you're gonna have on. Wait, it's a podcast, so they won't even.
It's a podcast. Yeah, it's a podcast. But
are you gonna do a visual component?
I think I'm gonna do a visual every now and again. I can't promise it on a consistent basis right now that every episode is gonna have a video. The first one might have a video. The first one might.
But the important part is that the people will hear the knowledge.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear the knowledge. You're gonna get a laugh. You're gonna, maybe cry a little bit. That's okay too. It's because we're gonna talk about some real important stuff. So yeah, we're gonna give you something you can feel. We're gonna give you something.
Oh, you guys heard the man. Tune in November 11th, 11/11 for the live report.
The live report. Yes. The live report.
The live report.
An original podcast by Officially Live, hosted by Jordan.